Rock and Roll Train combines decades of rock expertise. Everything you've learned to expect from Angus and Malcolm Young can be found in this guitar masterpiece. Starting with their signature staccato intro, inverted chords, finger picking, and slightly different rhythm pieces, the song escalates, becoming a canvas for Angus's lead guitar work, which is a constant presence from about the halfway mark all the way to the end of the song. Angus starts Rock and Roll Train with an A5 to D5 rhythm. If you free up your ring finger, you can easily make the quick change. So here, A5 is a 5th string open, with the index on the 4th string 2, and middle on the 3rd string 2. Strum strings 5, 4, and 3. By lifting your index finger, exposing the 4th string open, keep your middle finger on the 3rd string 2, but add your ring finger to the 2nd string 3, and you have the D5 by strumming strings 4, 3, and 2. The power chord pattern is A, D, A, D, D, and mute. Play another D5, lifting your middle finger, exposing the 3rd string open, and you have G5, which you strum 4 times. Add your middle finger to switch back to D5 and strum 4 times. And add your index finger to switch back to the A5, strum 3 times and mute. Then repeat. Malcolm's rhythm uses the same chords, but with a slight variation. When you switch from A5 to the D5, add the open 5th string bass note for the D5 power chord. So here we have A5 to D, A, D, D, mute. This rhythm goes right in time with the G, but plays a full G chord. 1st string is the 3rd fret, 2nd string 3rd, open on strings 3, 4, 5th string 2nd fret, 6th string 3rd. Strum this 4 times. Then switch back to the D5. Sometimes the strumming will only be strings 4, 3, and 2. Other times you'll add the open 5th string. Always end on A5 played 3 times and a mute. During the first verse, Angus switches from A5 to D. Play only the 5th string and 4th string for A5, but bar the 2nd fret on the 3rd and 4th strings. The reason for the bar is to allow a quick change by adding your middle finger to the 2nd string 3. The bar is in place to hold the 3rd string 2, and your ring is added to the 4th string 4. For this D chord, strum only strings 4, 3, and 2. The first half of the rhythm is A5, D, A5, D, D, and mute. The second half is A5, D, A5, D, A5, and mute. During the second verse, Malcolm plays an A5 to an inverted D5. To do this, I use my index finger for A5, strumming only strings 5 and 4. Then I lift it, exposing the 4th string open while adding the 3rd string's 2nd fret. You want to strum strings 5, 4, and 3. So the structure is the same that we learned earlier. A5, D, A5, D, D, mute. The second half is A5, D, A5, D, A5, and mute. Phrase 3 is the finger-picked bridge, which starts on a D5. Pluck or finger-pick strings 2, 3, and 4. Add your index to the 4th string 2nd fret, along with your middle finger on the 3rd string 2nd, and pluck those strings twice. Switch to the 2nd string 1st fret and 3rd string open. Pluck this once. Next is the 3rd and 4th strings open, pluck twice. For the first 3 endings, play the 4th and 5th strings on the 5th fret. This is an inverted G5, which rotates to a D5 on the 4th string open with the 3rd string 2nd fret. Back to the inverted G5, then D5. The 4th repetition starts out the same. But the 4th ending is an open G5, that's the 3rd and 4th strings played open, hammer to the 3rd string 2nd, then add the 2nd string 3 and play a D5. Next, rotate between the open G5 to D5. This change is played a total of 5 times. Then end by plucking D5 3 times. During the bridge, Malcolm plays a different rhythm on the 4th and 5th strings. First, open, then add the 4th string 2nd fret for an A5, pluck twice. Next, add the 5th string 3 and you have a C shape, pluck once. Then bar your index finger on the 5th fret for an inverted G5. Pluck this twice. For the first 3 endings, play the barred G5, hammer your ring to the 4th string 7, then alternate by plucking this D5, G5, D5. Here it is again. Repeat a 3rd time. The fourth repetition starts the same, but the ending is the inverted G5 on the 5th fret to a double D5. Next we alternate between G5 and D5, playing the change 5 times. And end playing D5 3 times. The chorus uses the same chords as the verse. A5 to D, A5 to D. The difference is you let these chords ring out, then strum D 3 more times, then an open inverted D5, 4th and 5th strings open. Next is an open G5, played with the middle finger on the 6th string 3, muting the 5th string with the bottom of your middle finger. 4th string is open, 3rd is open, and the ring is on the 2nd string 3rd. Strum 4 times. Switch to the D5 with the A bass, strum 4 times. Switch to A5 and strum 3 times. Then repeat the rhythm. On the last repetition, let the A note ring out a little bit longer. Start the guitar solo in phrase 6 with a pick scrape down the strings. Then follow up with a cutting motion on the middle strings, moving back up the neck. The first fretted note is on the 3rd string 7 with a bend. Next is 3rd string 5 to 4th string 5. Repeat 3rd to 4th, then 4th string 7 with vibrato, and slide up and down the neck. For phrase 7, play double notes on the 2nd and 3rd string 5, then 3rd string 7 fret bend, bend again, and hold, and add vibrato. Next, bend 7, release, pull to 5, and end on 4th string 7 with vibrato. Phrase 8 starts by barring the 2nd and 3rd string 5th fret and adding a slight bend, up to 3rd string 7, middle on 9. Keep your middle on 9, allowing you to pivot your index to the 2nd string 8, back to 9, to ring on the 2nd string 10, back to 9, and second string 8. Stretch your ring up to 12. Give it a half bend, 2 more quick half bends, and then drop down from 12 to 10 with vibrato. For phrase 9, position your middle finger on the second string 12 and your index on the third string 12. Pick both strings, giving the second string a half step bend. Do not bend the third string, so to do this, I bend the second string downwards. Play this 4 times. Ring up to the second string 15 with a quick bend, release, and pull to 13. Middle of the third string 14. 14 held with vibrato, and end with a long slide down the neck. After a long pause, phrase 10 comes in with double notes on the second string 13, played along with the third string 12. To a quick third string 14 with vibrato, fret the fifth string 12, and slide down the neck. In place of the finger-picked section, the last bridge starts with an 8th note rhythm. For all of the notes, the 5th string is played open. Start by adding the G on the 4th string 5th fret. Strum this 5 times. Then drop down to F sharp on the 4th string 4th fret. Strum 4 times. Then drop down to the 4th string 2nd fret, making it A5, and this is played 7 times. The sheet music separates the changes, but don't let that influence the rhythm, which is a steady 8th note rhythm counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. There is another guitar that comes in at the end of this section holding an open G5. First, play the 6th string 3rd fret G bass note, then strum the chord. Next is another G5, and a quick change to D5 with the open A bass note on the 5th string. Strum again, then a quick change to A5, strumming 3 times. There are a lot of short rock and blues guitar fills over the last bridge. Starting with phrase 12 on the first string, bend the 10th fret to 8, to second string 10 with vibrato, down to 8 with a bend. Next is a classic blues riff, middle on the third string 7 with a bend, to a finger bar on the second string 5, then first string 5, back to the second string, then up to the second string 8 with a full bend and vibrato. Phrase 13 bends the second string 13 and holds it with very long vibrato. After a pause, move up to 15 with a bend, release, 13, then 15 with a full bend, vibrato, first string 12, then second string 13 with a quick bend and mute. A simple two-note riff starts off phrase 14. Bend the third string 12, hold the second string 10 with vibrato, repeat, and mute. Come in with a third string rake or a muted note to second string 10, 13, 13 bend, 13 bend. In phrase 15, bar the first string 10 to second string 10. Ring on the first string 13 with a bend. Next, we have a chromatic walk down on the first string 13, 12, 11, 10, back to 12, to second string 13, 10, then switch between the third string 12 and the second string 10, 12, 10 again with vibrato. End on the second string 13 with a bend. Phrase 16 has a quick change from the second string 13 to third string 14 with vibrato. Then bar the first and second string 13, give it a slight bend and a mute. Move the bar up to the 17th fret, play the first string, second string, first string 20 with a bend, 20 with vibrato, 17, then 19 half bend, release to 17. To wrap up the lead fills, phrase 17 starts on the first string 20, bend, 20 by itself to 17, second string 20 with a bend, hold, add vibrato, and slide down the neck, also allowing your index finger to graze the other strings as you slide. The lead guitar continues to play over the final chorus of the song. Start by grinding the edge of your pick against the strings, then second string 20 with a gradual bend, 20 with a quick bend, and vibrato. Phrase 19 comes in with a train crossing sound effect by fretting the first string 15, then second string 17. Repeat, then drop down to the second string 15 with a bend, release, 13 to third string 14 with vibrato. Second string 13 half bend, 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 to first string 15 with a full bend, and slide down the neck. Phrase 20 starts with a ring finger bar from first string 15, then second string 15. Index on first string 12, middle on second string 13, to pinky on 15, then ring on third string 14. First string 12, second string 13 bend. With an upstroke of the pick, rake the first string 12, second string 13, third string 14 with vibrato and a slide. Phrase 21 begins on the second string 17, bend, 15 hammer to 17, 13 hammer to 15, 13, 15, 15, 15 again, to 13 with the middle, add the third string 12, move the shape up so the middle is on the second string 15 and the index is on the third string 14. Play both notes with the bend and release, 14, then 14 with vibrato on the third string. Play phrase 22 on the second string 15 with the ring, bend, with the pinky play the first string 15, then bend the second string 15. Repeat this a total of 6 times. Next is first string 15, pre-bend second string 15, pick and release, play 13, then first string 15 with a full bend. Phrase 23 ends the solo and the song with a descending run on the first string. 15, 14 with a half bend, 15, 14, hammer pull 12, 14, 12 to second string 15, first string 12, second string 13, first string 14, half bend, 12, second string 12 with a half bend, and on the third string 14 with long, heavy vibrato.